This grilling season, don't just fire up the barbecue. Elevate it with meats from around the globe, delivered straight to your door by the Butcher Shoppe Direct. They're not your average butcher. Butcher Shoppe Direct sources premium cuts from over 5 continents: Argentina, Japan, New Zealand, Spain, the US, and right here in Canada. Whether it's a tomahawk steak from Australia or melt in your mouth Wagyu from Japan, they bring the world's best to your backyard. And here's the game changer. Every order is cut fresh on the day of delivery. No sitting in a freezer, no guesswork, just top quality meat, expertly prepared and grilled ready. Planning a cookout? Check out their handcrafted burger patties and small batch sausages, perfect for taking your barbecue from good to unforgettable. And right now, you can save 15% off of your first order. Just visit butchershopdirect.com and use promo code EatingWild15 at checkout. Plus, get free delivery on all orders over $250. That's EatingWild15 to save, and free delivery when you stock up. Butcher Shoppe Direct. Premium, fresh, delivered. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Part two of our sit down with special guest Alyssa Goodenough. Guys, I hope you enjoyed part 1. As you can see, she is an incredible guest, and what she does being a female in a male dominant sport, she's incredible, and she's really putting females on the map with her papping. And I'll be honest, I after part 1 watching myself, I got to get out there, man. I got to get out there and experience the whole flying thing. And it sounds like to me, it's a trip of a lifetime. So we dig deep on this part, more on the scientific aspects of her career and what got her there. So stay tuned, enjoy the episode, and part 2 coming at you right now. You are not only a guide for fishing for these people, you have to be the chef too. Like that's so if Siege were to go there because all he knows how to do is make mac and cheese.
Oh, that's offensive.
His guests are going to be pretty upset.
That's offensive.
Now, if I showed up, hey, listen.
It's true. It's a good point.
Hold on. If I showed up and we're on the boat together, we probably would have Hell's Kitchen right on the island, and we'd have a blast doing it.
Yeah.
But Siege, on the other hand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be opening some beans, you maybe pour it in, leave the cooking to us. Maybe you'd eat okay.
I'd be catching the crayfish and probably eating it like that young gentleman would.
Well, listen, I got to be honest.
Look, Tone, crayfish. Look.
Listen, it's incredible what you do, Alyssa. Like, it is. Like just sitting here talking to you. So, we started off talking about how you got fired up to be, involved fishing your father and whatnot, but you are a smarty pants. We talked about this, Siege.
Yeah.
Your career is amazing, but the education that you took to get you to this spot, let's talk about that quickly. What did you take in school? Like what you said this was one of the factors that got you into guiding, correct? Mm-hmm. At what point, when were you like, I want to learn the science behind all of this? And what did you take and where did you go? Let's start with what made you think about taking this on in school? Because obviously you don't get paid for it, but you want the knowledge, and eventually that led you to your career.
Well, I think for me, it kind of started a little bit backwards in the sense that I always had the sciencey mind growing up. I loved science. It was always my favorite subject. So I always wanted to understand what was going on around me. So I loved fishing, but then everyone around me just recognizes patterns and goes off of the patterns. And I'm like, okay, but why is this happening? And I wanted to understand why. Why does this fish look different than this fish? Why does this fish act different than this fish? So I bought a fish textbook because at that point I was a firm believer that reading was a waste of time unless it was a textbook, because you need to be learning. Now I like reading otherwise. But at that point I just wanted to read fish textbooks for fun. And I loved it. And I was like, okay, I think more people, and I realized I already knew fish got underappreciated and deserved more respect. But once you look at the science behind it and understand that a pike's not dumb, it's not hitting something it's not stupid hitting it out of aggression. That fish that's its instinct. That's what its body is intended to do, is short ambush predator. It's when something goes in front of its face, it's a reflex. That's what it's supposed to do. So people disrespect fish or under-respect fish, I think, because they don't look at that side of it. And then at that point, I was actually already guiding and still on the avenue of wanting to be a vet. But then I realized guiding that like I wanted to make a difference in like the fisheries, the place that I loved. Like as a woman, I love guiding and it's my career, but at one point in my life, I'm going to want to be a mom. And unlike my friends who all have their kids and they get to just leave for 3 months and their wife's pregnant at home and their wife's taking care of the kids, like at one point, I'm going to want to take care of my kids and I'm going to want kids. So as much as guiding is a part of my life, it's also that started as a way for me to be a scientist. And then I found a way for the two to complement each other. And I realized as I was guiding and just talking to guests, how much people are truly interested in the science side of things. They just don't know. And they truly want to respect fish, I think. They just don't know. And like, there's just a lot more to it. It's way more interesting. There's a lot more you can think about it. And yeah, the fish, they deserve a lot more. In my opinion, like, it makes no sense to me that I got to take a test to go and actually kill an animal. But the only animal, name another animal on the planet I can take out of its home and play with it, like literally torture it, put it back in its home, and expect it to live its normal life. And I don't have to go through a single qualification to do that, but I have to go through a qualification to kill an animal and it never lives again. Right? So there should be at minimum qualifications of understanding and respecting fish. Well, when we are in water, we're all floaty. We all introduce fish to gravity for the first time ever. Like, what do you think their bodies experience, right?
Yeah. They probably think we're aliens, like pulling them up. And
that's where I feel like the empathy part of me drove me to pursue the science part, because I saw that people just didn't understand, and that I truly felt that like if people understood, they'd want to prioritize things like the fish and the longevity, or once you realize how long it takes for this fish to make babies, maybe you'll use a stiffer rod just because it's not about that short-term fight, and it shouldn't be. And the longevity of fisheries, you'll catch more trophies at the end of the day if you keep those fights shorter.
So true.
So that's what drove me to do science. Was I actually had one of my worst days ever guiding. I had a guest that was not the nicest to me, but it started all over rods because he wanted to use a walleye rod, pike fishing. And he kept losing big fish, and I was getting annoyed. And it's hard to stand up for yourself and say things when you're a woman in general, but it's one of those things that I really like. So I said things, and it backfired. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I'll research it then. And I went as where most master's kids go to their lab and get assigned a project or apply to be assigned to a project specifically. I went to my lab with no intentions of like they didn't have any intentions of a project for me. I went there without project, without a funding, and went there with my own ideas. And then they helped me figure out some funding, and I worked on my ideas, and it was based on I wanted to look into the reflex impairment associated with the fish after fights, because I hate seeing losing fish from long fights, and I hate people overplaying fish. It's just one of those things that gets to me, and I see the condition. I'm the one that's releasing that fish, and I know it affects them, and that's why I wanted to do the science. I wanted to now make that paper and make it evident, and I was honestly appalled that as a fisherman and as a scientist, I had no clue that catch and release fisheries research was even a thing. I had no clue people were researching best practices for handling and methods and all of this stuff. And it's like, how is this so disconnected from the angling world, but it's meant for us? And so that's why it's taken a long time to do the work I've done, because I am very passionate in believing that the way that information is put out into the world is just as important as the information itself.
Did you study under Stephen Cook?
Yes.
So Carlton?
Yes.
Okay, wow. He's like,
That's
you might be our Stephen Cook for the podcast.
For sure.
Anytime we need any smarty party or smarty pants questions, we're calling her on
We're
speed
calling you
dial.
up.
So not only were you like pretty much a vet, and then you ended up going to Carlton.
The nurse for puppies, the tech.
The tech,
part.
okay.
But they do know a lot. You got to do the anesthesia. And
So you
like
did
that.
all that. So then when you, so how long did you study at Carlton for?
At Carlton, it was supposed to be master's is a 2-year. I
Yeah.
took 3 years to do mine. I took some time off in it.
Yeah.
And it was just because my master's was such a unique topic. It was probably one of the more unique ones that anyone's done, and more personal ones that
Right.
anyone's done. And because of that, it ended up being, and because of my career and how everything is sort of intertwined, it ended up being really difficult for me. And I wanted to make sure I made the difference in the right way and got
Right.
my information out in the right way. So I guess we could talk a little bit about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
study
Yeah,
if you
for
want,
sure.
you know?
Absolutely.
So my thesis itself is called The Feminist Perspective on the Social and Biologically Practical Aspects of Recreational Angling.
Wow.
So
And
when
it's a mouthful.
before you go in on it, I just want to clarify something. You said feminist, right?
Mm-hmm.
That has a really bad word right now. Like, I mean, I shouldn't say a bad word, but it's perceived as you do not like men.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so can you clear that up a little bit before?
It is. And it's one of those things that it hurts my heart so much, because I
Right.
wish people just understood. And it's just like it's just a word.
Right.
And it's also at fault of the people that are using it and are against the men and are
Right.
choosing to identify and label themselves as such. So basically, the opposite of what people would consider today's feminist against all men would be, the complete opposite would be a misogynist. You're
Okay.
against all women.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Well, if you actually were to look up what's the opposite of misogyny, there's something called misandry. I think I'm saying that right. And that's literally the opposite. So where's feminism then lie in that spectrum? If you've got the people against the men, people against the women,
Right.
and where do the feminists lie? They're in the middle with the people that believe in equality, except the difference is feminists believe in equality, but acknowledge the unique differences that women face
Mm-hmm.
and that these need different approaches. And basically, they're acknowledging that there are gender differences.
Right.
Whereas people that I don't even know what whatever the middle equality section is, they are people that believe in equality and that my gender doesn't matter. And to me, I want to be a mom one day, and I'm going to have to give up my career as a guide. And I know that, and I came to that decision many, many years ago, and I'm okay with that. And you know what? I don't believe we aren't equal, because I have to make a different decision for me because I'm a woman.
Right.
And because of the time frame and how it all works, it's just not possible. And yeah, so that's the difference there. So
Okay.
it's sad that the feminists, and then there's also feminists in general and what's known as feminist methodologies, which is what I explored mostly in my thesis. And feminist methodologies is about acknowledging lived experiences in research as valid experience. Specifically, it's used in women research typically, and it's basically saying bias is not a bad thing. Bias is what makes research true. It's what makes it authentic and applicable in the world, and that bias in the researcher is true. And it helps research. So that's saying that my experience as a woman makes me good at researching women in fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And my experience as a fishing guide I think makes me good at research and catch and release angling.
Okay.
And so in my opinion, the idea of feminist methodologies has nothing to do with gender. It only has to do with elevating lived experiences of the people who have been ignored. And in my opinion, anglers have been ignored in catch and release research. So what's the difference?
Right.
So now, and that's why in my thesis, it was imperative that I made it clear that I was using feminism for anglers as well, because I really did not want, the in what world is walking into a room of men and saying feminism going to solve anything?
Of course.
Like all my friends are boys. We've talked about it a million times. Like we know how it works, but it's a weird blurry line with the word, and I don't like it. But I do think feminism as a methodology, in my opinion, could save fisheries. I do think women in general too, as additions to fisheries, or at least taking on, or maybe like even as men empowering the side of the more feminine characteristics like empathy as we angle. And because I've had fish in my live well for 6 hours, trophies, by the way. 44 inches, actually, that everyone told me was going to die, and it did not die. I caught it again, but everyone would have killed it because they would have gave up.
Oh, really?
But I was sitting there crying, thinking I killed a trophy, and I did not want to let it go, and I was going to do everything, and I was going to watch it die, or I was going to save its life. And I saved it, but nobody else would have done that. And that's my empathy.
No, that's true, Tom, because you get the women's perspective on it, and then she didn't give up on that fish, where I don't want to say men are we're a little less patient.
Of course.
And we'd be like, and the fact that you caught it again, so that's his proof in the pudding.
It's one of those things, Siege, that you and I can easily, I mean, we get it. I'm surrounded by women every day.
You need both balance.
I got the girls at home, and my daughter would be the same way. That fish would, I could already see Victoria would be like, this fish is going to live. If there's a way that I think that I can spend the time where, you're right. Maybe the dude might just be like, okay, you know what?
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's Mother Nature's circle of life. Something's going to eat this, and we're feeding whatever. We're feeding the wolves or the coyotes or whatever.
It's
a circle of life. Blah, blah, blah. Simba, I get it. Okay, relax.
Hey, Eating Wild listeners. Are you still searching for that perfect boat?
Xtreme Marine London has got you covered with new and used boat sales, service, and professional installation of marine electronics and accessories. Visit their London or Kingsville, Ontario locations today and get ready to make waves and catch that fish of a lifetime.
Xtreme Marine is your one-stop marine shop. Check them out at www.extrememarinelondon.com and follow their journey on Instagram and Facebook. Be sure to tell them that the Eating Wild Boys sent you.
I got a question for you. So I'm going to think of it now from the other angle, from a man's perspective. When you walk into a room, Siege, picture this.
Okay.
And there's an attractive young lady in the room.
Okay, I'm a married man.
You're married. I'm just saying from a man's perspective. You know what I'm saying, right?
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to have a conversation here.
Yeah.
But there's an attractive young lady. How do you feel when you have these eyes looking at you? I'll give you an example. The muskie brawl.
Oh yeah,
we go to the cove. There's not one female in there other than the bartender. See, you walk in there. Next thing you know, do you feel the eyes behind you? Just like, and it has nothing to do with fishing. You could probably outfish half the people that were at that bar.
Oh, but guaranteed.
Didn't you just want to go in there and have a drink and talk fishing?
Yeah, that's the thing. You definitely feel like a spectacle, and it's like you don't want to feed into it, and it feels like by embracing those feminine aspects, like wanting to dress girly and stuff, it is feeding into it. And it's like, is that opening yourself up to all the eyes on you? And yeah, in a sense it is. But what I learned over my years with, like, especially with the boys up north and all of the guests I've guided, and there's not a guest that doesn't mention my nails when I first meet them.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, North Haven Island has been invaded by the nail polish. I'm sorry. We have full-blown acrylics on, and we're catching fish with them, and we are taking, but my guess by the end of it, I've got guests that say they've never seen a fly last so long, and they've traveled all over the world and fished. And I'm delicate with those fishies, and I take care of them. And yeah, like, and you know what? The boys, they used my nail polish, and we painted lures in the Dr. Spoon shortage of 2022. So you know what?
There is a balance. You need both.
There is.
You need both, because there's so many times that we go on our fishing trips and all that. And then I'll go on with my wife, with my family, and she'll open my eyes to other things that I wouldn't think about, right? Mm-hmm. She'll be like, the balance of having both. The only thing that really drives me nuts is females in the outdoors that are fake. And they're holding their boyfriend's fish, wearing a swimsuit, getting all the sponsors in the world, right? And they're really not doing it. I see people like you. I see people like Ashley Ray. I see people like Paige Gallant. And the thing is with them is they shouldn't just have women or girls looking up to them as role models. They should have boys as well, because Paige can out-hunt us.
Oh my God, Paige Gallia is a lunatic out there. She built this room for like.
And Ashley Ray, like, I mean, the content she does, the filming she does, the way she fishes in the seminars, she's well-spoken, very well-spoken like yourself. And it shouldn't be just young girls looking up to you guys. It should be both, like boys and girls. Like, I mean, you guys are changing it.
I think it's a slow process to get there, but you recognize that, you're trying, and then you have to sort of say, like, as the first ones, I guess you could say, like, people starting to go and do it, you're the ones with the primary, with the eyes on you, and it is hard. Like, there's, as women, if another girl guide showed up in my lodge, I would question her. And it's like, that's sexist, but you know what? I'm protective. I worked very hard, and I went through a lot, and I got a lot of no's from a lot of people about guiding, and I hear a lot, and I have guests to this day that I have issues with. So it is a thing. Women do experience more difficult in some ways, but then we do also have the side where if I wanted to go get sponsored, I'm sure I could go out there and get sponsored. But I had to come up and at least say years ago that to myself, once I realized that if I put myself out there and tried to make myself online, tried to get a following, tried to make that difference starting that way, it wasn't going to work because I didn't have the respect. Everyone would always question how I got there and why I got there. Whereas now I started guiding and I got that experience, and you can't question. I'm sorry. Like, you can't question the trophies I've caught. And those boys up at the lodge, you try and question me in front of them, good luck. They will tear you down too. So it's like, it's weird. It's tricky. It's tricky being a girl in the male world, for sure.
But you got the best of the both worlds. You got kind of like street smarts and book smarts. Yeah,
I mean, I think you would be surprised how not street smart I am.
We'll say the waters is streets. We'll say the water.
The waters is streets. Also, the lodge might be like, Alyssa gets herself into some pickles, and sometimes I do, but I get myself out of pickles.
We've been in so many pickles. I mean, but I can tell that you probably, like, if guests come down to the dock and they say this is your guide, and they see you with with your nails done and everything like that, you must have like really thick skin too, because you probably heard it all.
Yeah. I've heard it all, but believe it or not, I probably have some of the thinnest skin to exist. Yeah, and I have thick skin because of the boys that I'm surrounded, because of the people that believe in me.
Yes.
And it's because I know that there's these men that are well respected in this industry that that respect me. So that makes me feel like, okay, I feel like I deserve it because they do respect me.
Yeah.
But it's tricky to get to that point and feel like you can, you get comments, and it's hard when you catch a fish and the first thing that they ask is who showed you that spot.
Right.
And I've got comments, have you slept your way to the top?
Right.
Parents own the lodge. Like, it's never me. I never get credit for being the one to catch that fish and to get them on that fish. And it sucks. And maybe on the first day of the trip, when we got 20 guests show up and every single one of them's a man, and they go and you get put in the girl boat, they're like, first day, you can tell. They're like,
yeah.
And they sort of question, and the first questions they ask about my experience, how long I've been fishing, this, that, how long I've been guiding. And it's like, it's always, I got to
But they wouldn't do that to Antonio. If
Nope.
they got in with Antonio, they'd be like, okay, big guy, tough beard,
But you
right?
eat well, but you get skunked.
Yeah.
But then with
No
you, you have to give your whole resume.
Yeah, I got to give the resume, but then,
Brutal.
but I'm lucky because then by day 2, all those other boys have, because at that point, the other boy boats, someone's said something about, there's a girl guider. Someone's mentioned something, and those boys will always say, she knows more about fish than we do. She's a fisheries biologist.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, people are begging to be in my boat because they want to learn. So it's like, but it's because of the people that are around me and that support me. And yeah, it's like I've never had a guest be like, I don't want you to wear your pink in the photo, because it's like, at that point I got you your fish and that's all that matters, right? And
Good
it's
for
like it takes a long time, but I didn't have thick skin. I break down a lot. I've had breakdowns at the dock where the boys have had to go and get my best friend. And like, like it's happened, and where they've had to go and where the boys have had to console me at shore lunch because people have said things to me like but those boys and they know how to behave with just me. Like, they know it's not just because I'm a girl and I'm more sensitive. It's because I'm more sensitive, and they do so many things. Yes, because I'm a girl. Like, lots of times they'll help carry my cooler, but some girls will take offense to that. Do I take offense to it? No, because I know those boys don't have any ill intent in doing it. They're not doing it because they expect something from me, which is what a lot of women in scenarios with a stranger doing it would be uncomfortable, feeling like, oh, you're doing something for me, I owe you something in exchange, or you want something. I don't feel that way. They're just my friends. And I know they respect me, and that same thing. They'll say inappropriate jokes here and there, like they say things, or they even, all of them have called me beautiful. All of them have given me compliments, and I don't take offense to any of that. In fact, they know that a lot of times I need that because a lot of other people break it down and break me down. So they've seen how they can build me up. And those boys, I've never seen a group of men, like, people must think we're absolutely nuts when we're together, because there's like from 20 years old to like 57 and we're like all over, and we're just wild about Pike, and just like, but we're just weird, and we're great friends, but everyone would defend everyone. Like the natives, they get it really hard sometimes from guests, and all the boys, everyone will stand up for everyone. We're a team, we're a family, and they know that some days I might cry and I might need a hug, and that's okay. And they've like, and whether that's because I'm a girl or not, they don't care. They know that it's me, and they know I can be sensitive, and I can have issues. And they went from, this study put so much fear, hearing the stories of what women experience in angling, instilled so much fear in me that they thought I wasn't going to be able to guide again. They almost sent me home off the island. Thanks for keeping me. And it was like, I didn't even guide. They had my managers had their families come up so I could guide their families for fun to get me back on the water. Because
cool.
So I was so terrified of fishing again, and it was all men. So how do you go and approach the same people that are accused of hurting us? But they're also the only ones that can help us. And it puts, as women, and especially as the women putting it out there, you're put in a situation of where are, like,
as much as they help you with certain things, you're helping them too. I guarantee some of these guys are going to talk to you about stuff they don't feel like comfortable with talking about it with other men.
Oh, for sure.
So, like, I mean, as much as you say, I know for a fact, because if I was, let's say I was having an issue with my wife or something, I'm not going to talk to Tone if we're on the island, be like, yeah, whatever, man, I'm good. Just give me another beer. But then you're there, I'm going to be like, hey, do you want to talk for a minute? Give me some advice. You know, like, I mean, it's a two-way street
It
here.
is. Yeah, I agree with you. See, it's one of those things where there is a lot of comfort in that.
It is.
It's you know, we have our group of guys, and we all, me, you, Dan, and Lou, we know each other so much. I know, you know, if you're having a bad day, if I'm having a bad day, we could always talk. But we fished with many guides.
Yes.
Many guides. And I would say we're a lot easier group to get along with, I think, because we're more social butterflies.
Yes.
We've been with guides where, you know, it's awkward for the first like 15 minutes. Next, you know, we're writing rap songs together, and we're rapping on the boat. And this guy comes out of his shell, and next thing you know, we're buds and we're texting each other. But I could only imagine, you know, listen, people have good days and people have bad days. If you're having a bad day personally, and you have these clients that are paying thousands of dollars to come fish with you, you have to have a good day in front of them. You got to put it. So it's a lot of pressure, and I get it. And I think that people oversee, you know, what being a guide and an experienced guide, you know, the science behind everything. You're a chef. You're cooking for these people. You guys are a team. It's incredible what you do. But how can people listening to this podcast, how can they book you personally as a guide? Can they call your lodge and say, hey, I want Alyssa? Or is it something where you don't get assigned these guests? They have to book through the lodge, and then you just randomly get whoever is there. Can people actually physically call and get you booked for their trips?
Yeah, so we go by seniority and requests above seniority.
Perfect.
So you can be on the water whenever. They can just call, and you can request. And if you're not requested, our managers go and they put a lot of thought into who they put with who and what groups they put each other on. So it's like if there's ever women in camp, I'm usually with them, especially on the first day, so that if they have any questions or whatever. And so they are very specific with, like, if they'll put us with a good group. Like if you've got a big group of people, we've got guests that I've been guiding now for 4 or 5 seasons.
That's cool.
That keep coming. So it's like, you can request, and it's, we do book up pretty quick. For June is our fastest booking. June, we book almost a year plus in advance, I think. July and August is a little bit more open up there. But it's June because of the fly fishing time. It's like we've got the fly fishermen, and it's all the same people every single year that just so absolutely cool. Love it. But yeah, they can request in as well, which is great.
And where can they find your lodge? Is it online, or they call in?
So our lodge is online. We've got a Facebook account and an Instagram account. They don't use them that much, but you can contact them on them. Like they use them enough for that. But the website itself we have like a 1-800 number. So unlike a lot of lodges, we have like an entire corporate in like Wisconsin or something like that. Yeah. And they've got like a whole bunch of people. We got like a marketing lady. We got booking people. We got like all sorts of people. So there's people you'll probably call, and I think it's most likely going to be Hope or Ryan do most of the booking and arranging and scheduling for the year. Yeah.
I've been on the website, and the food, Tone.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about shore lunches.
No,
I love a shore lunch, but the dinners and stuff.
Oh yeah, it is. It's 5-star. They're like Michelin star chefs.
Yeah,
we are so lucky too, because even as like guides and stuff, it's like we get fed very
nice.
well.
Oh, that's a good perk.
Yeah, so it's delicious food up there. We have a masseuse. She'll come to shore lunch. She's got a portable table.
You hearing this, Lou?
Yeah. One of our shore lunch spots has like a full blown, like we got a pergola now, and like all sorts of like, so there's shelter. And like, we'll bring umbrellas. Sometimes the girls will come out and bring some wine, and they'll bring the pontoon out with all of the staff and bartenders and stuff.
I would Hamptons, awesome. Siege.
But I would need it though, Tone, because if I lost like a 49-inch pike,
you need it.
I need the kumbaya. I need the deep tissue massage with the garlic walleye,
honey garlic,
and get me back in there. You know, get me back there, and I'm going to get that pike.
Yeah, I think I'd need the masseuse too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, casting my arm, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's a lot of work for me, Siege.
Listen, this trip is like, I've looked at the website. It's good for, if you're 19 and 20-year-olds, we have a lot of 19 and 20-year-olds that listen. This might not be the trip for you guys, okay? Keep going to wherever you're going. We did that. We paid our dues. We went to places with leaky roofs, and the fishing was awesome, but the bugs were terrible. But this, my friend, our age now, we have a little bit of money. We deserve it.
This is the coup de grace here. But the best part about North Haven, too, is that North Star, that our sister lodge there. It's on Knee Lake, about 25 minutes on a float plane right away. It's just like us, but not as fancy. That's what our lake started there, and then they built our place as a flyout, and the fishing was so good that they built another lodge on it. So the old lodge is there, and that is a much cheaper. There's no masseuse there. A much fancy, like that's a traditional. Option. That's a traditional fishing lodge. I'm at the fishing lodge where a lot of our guests are like corporate groups, like companies that bring their best clients and stuff
team
like that.
Team building and stuff like that. Yeah,
it's a different set of clientele.
So they have two options. So they have the Hamptons, and then they have
exactly.
What do we want to say? Hamptons, and what would it be? Not Muskoka. What would it be like?
I don't know. French
affordable.
River?
Yeah, French River trip.
You got good fishing. You got good food. You got good accommodations.
Yeah.
But if you want to get the masseuse, and
you're sold on this.
I'm just telling you, man. Where else can you go on a fishing trip and get a shore lunch with a back rub? Usually you're the masseuse, Siege. You're the one that's always coming in. No, am I wrong here?
When she mentioned masseuse, I'd never seen your eyes.
The board lit up like crazy. That was just my blood pressure.
It was like the lie detector test. You see those on it. All of a sudden it went.
No. Think about it, folks. Think about it. You got, you can get a trophy, right?
Yeah.
Chances are you can get a trophy. You're having Michelin star dinners.
Yeah.
You're having unbelievable shore lunches at 7 multiple locations with picnic tables.
Amazing guys.
You got a lady who's cleaning dishes, making it easy for everybody. Siege, you got amazing boats. You got amazing guides.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you right now, what there's in my life, my situation, my life right now, there's nothing better. If I'm planning a weekend to say that, or a week, whatever. Okay, well, you win the lotto. But you know what I mean? Okay, maybe you could pay. But I'm just saying, no, honestly, Siege, you're right. We're at an age now, we make money, we have careers, we have families and stuff. I got to tell you, that's probably the ultimate trip you could possibly take. Right? Trip of a lifetime, fish of a lifetime, possibly, right? Chances are that you'll get something.
Yeah, or you'll see, like we like to say as guides, we like to try and say, this year felt a little different because it was super hard. With the low water, but we like to say if we can get someone 1 to 5 chances of a big fish a day, we feel like we've done well.
Those are good odds.
If somebody, but that's like a follow, seeing it. Right. But like if we can get someone that close, that's all we can do. Because most of the guests, they're corporate people. They don't fish.
Right.
So it's like, good luck getting them to get one on a figure 8. So having guests like you guys are also the dream guests. Like the boys would be so mad if I had guests that fished as hard as you guys. Because normally I get the kids and the people that don't want to fish. And this year I had a lot of people. Like one day I had 3 kids in my boat. Did we fish? No. We explored islands.
That's cool, though.
Around. It was cool, but then sometimes I'm like, I want the trophies these boys are getting, right?
The boys are getting competitive, right?
I want the fish. I want to see the fish in my boat too, and that's when people think, like, when it's a slow day and it's rough and we can't get you those 1 to 5 chances, and people are sometimes guests are like, oh, maybe they're not taking us to the good spot. I can guarantee you, every guide there wants that fish way more than you, and when you mess up that fish, our heart breaks because we know that fish might only give us 1 chance a year. So to have people that can fish is dream guest.
So we got to pack up Volva too. So we got to do
Volvinator's got to come with us. He's allowed. We just got to stay in the Canadian waters.
We'll do a podcast from the dock.
Or
we
Alyssa's
have a conference room.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, Volvinator's coming.
Is that good for you, Volv? Yeah.
Volvinator's coming. He's already smiling. He's happy. We're ready to go. Get the drone charged up.
Do you think he wants a massage after filming?
Of course, that's what he's going to be doing. We're going to be out fishing, getting bitten by black flies, and he's going to be out with the masseuse having Shirley Temples and sushi. So here's my other question for you. How can people from Southern Ontario Is it something where they can like drive out there? Can they fly? Where can they fly? So for us, for example, is there something like where we'd fly to Winnipeg, or is it Vancouver? Like what's the closest for somebody like us to get to the destination? What's that look like?
Yeah, so to get to my lodge, we all fly private out of Winnipeg. So guests just fly to Winnipeg, and then we all stay at the airport hotel, and it's covered, like the lodge covers it. And we have Joey, I don't know what his actual role is, but he's a coordinator of sorts.
Great name, by the way, Joey. Yeah, I trust him already.
Yeah. So he brings in. We have a little school bus. Oh, that.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Someone's trying to book you right now.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah,
we got a school bus, and they'll bring you to and from the hotel, from the hotel to the private airport, and then you guys fly up, and you usually get there on the first day around 8:30 in the morning. And we'll get you out on the water right away as quick as we can. You guys have breakfast, and then we're out fishing, and we fish until 5, and then you got 3 more full days, and then on the last day you pack up and leave around at 8 a.m. So we pick up your bags at like 6 though.
We got to book you before you have a family.
I know. Yeah,
that's it.
Well, don't
I
worry.
didn't even think of that, man.
Yeah, we got to do it.
We got plenty of time.
Okay.
I think IVF is a thing these days, so that's like I've got time. I'm not in the time crunch, but it's gonna be. I do what. I know it's not going to be for much longer, maybe a couple more years.
Okay, well, so next year's a possibility.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we can catch a fish with a scientist that has her nails painted. I love this, man.
Yeah, well, Siege, I got to tell you, man, it's
it's a fun one.
It is a fun one. I'm actually, I've had a great time with you, but I'm not done. I got a couple more questions before we let you go.
No, take your time.
It's just,
if Volvo wants to go, that's probably just an alarm on my phone.
Yeah.
He can just shut it off. It's literally
the Volvinator's on it already.
He's good, man. He does it.
He's not even sleeping.
Probably
He's
in my
enjoying
pocket
this
there.
one.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
There you go, right under the ducky.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just shut her off there. Was it just an alarm? Yeah, I'm not that popular.
Not yet. Wait till
something was up.
wait till this podcast drops. It's going to be, you might lose customers.
I don't know. We're pretty good. Can't be as much loss as when I posted the fire and everyone thought we were going to burn down.
That was a cool picture.
That was a cool picture.
Hey boys, have you guys ever been to Gagnon Sports out in Oshawa?
Have I? That place is a gold mine. Picked up my new bow there last weekend. Hunting, fishing, archery, they've got everything.
Boys, don't forget the indoor shooting range. Gagnon's not just a store, it's an experience. They've been doing it right for over 50 years.
Seriously? I thought it was just another outdoor shop.
Just another shop. Buddy, it's family owned, Canadian proud, and huge. I've spent entire afternoons in there.
Or skip the trip and shop online. GagnonSports.com ships across Canada, fast, smooth, and packed with top-notch gear.
All right, I'm sold. Gagnon Sports trip next weekend?
Only if we hit the indoor range first, so I can show you guys how to shoot.
Gagnon Sports, 50 years of adventure and counting.
And don't forget to tell them the Eating Wild Boys sent you.
All right, Tom.
Well, a couple more questions, and it's more on the food angle.
All right.
So we come up. Now you mentioned breakfast. So is breakfast covered by the lodge as well? So typical days we wake up, we have breakfast as a group. You're our guide. You're joining us for breakfast, or something. You're already in the boat getting ready for us.
Yeah, we're already getting ready. So as guides, we get up at 6 and get our stuff going. We got to get our drink coolers. Well, thankfully, we've got a store lady. So the only thing that's in addition is like anything from the store.
You guys go out and get it they write down. So you need a couple twisted teas. You're out there getting them.
Exactly.
Thank God you answered. That was question A.
So there's the booze and stuff like that. They'll add to the coolers.
Darts. Smokes too.
We don't cigars. We don't
cigars. No. There's lots of cigars. In fact, the one manager you will never see him without a cigar in his mouth.
Him and I have to talk. I do that for a living.
That was a good question.
My lodge dad, Jim.
Okay.
What up, Jim? Get them ready. Siege is gonna come see you, Jim Bob. Now we got the darts covered. We got booze covered. We're having breakfast. Lou is a big breakfast guy, so I had to ask because he'll cry if he doesn't have his breakfast. You know, trust me, he can get cranky, which can ruin your day early.
Yeah.
So we come out, we have breakfast, we get on the boat. Is it at that point where it's like, okay, guys, what are we fishing for? Like, it's already planned. We're going for pike, and we're going to have a shore lunch at noon.
Yeah, so typically we do our shore lunch at 1 on the first day just because people arrive late. It's usually at noon on the rest of the days. And as guides, we wake up and we look at the wind, or we look at it the day before. And we base our plan off of that. And usually what our guests want to do, if someone in the middle of the day is like, oh, I want to go fish for lake trout or fish for walleye, we'll go do that. But just like the muskie, the pike feed pretty tight to the moon tables.
Right.
So a lot of us also look at those, and we'll plan our sort of walleye fishing at convenient times where the moon table is not the best, and we're saving prime times for like big fish areas. And our lake, there's like, if you want to catch 100 fish before noon, we can do that, but they're going to be snot rockets. If I'm going to take you for big fish, I can put on bulldogs and you're going to only see 3 fish in a day, but they're all going to be trophies.
What's a snot rocket considered there? Like, how big?
There's still little. Oh yeah, you get the little hammer handles and stuff too.
Hammer handles,
Yeah,
That's still a fun day for me.
It is.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I take that over.
This guy's gonna go and catch snot rockets and get a massage.
Well, listen, I'm not done yet. So we finished the shore lunch. We're out there looking for snot rockets. We got massaged while we were having our shore lunch. We get back to the lodge. It's 5 o'clock. We're excited. We had a great day on the, we took our pictures holding our fish. We go one way, you're going another way. We're going for dinner. I would assume you said they got beautiful food accommodations. We're talking about what you're doing. Are you now going to rest, regroup? You're doing research. You're having meetings with the other guides. Because I could only imagine what it's like. You need to make sure that the 4 or 5 days that guys like us those guys are having the ultimate experience. We're out there at dinner having a 5 Michelin star restaurant with, watching the hockey game. You're going out there and you're probably still working.
Yeah, a lot of the days we are. Like, I remember one trip I spooled up 4 times. I've never seen so many backlashes in my life.
Oh, no.
And so much refusal to use a spinning rod.
Oh, no.
And I was like, guys, I can't. And it's like, yeah, you're spooling up at night, or when fishing's rough, like, we will go out and do some scouting. We usually do that when conditions are finally nice, but like, yeah, it's exhausting, and we work every single day. So we're tired, and we'll bounce off usually ideas with each other about what fishing's been like, and we'll try and do a little bit of scouting here and there. Some of the boys though get like on little, just like, we're on the whitefish and Tullaby trend. We want to become a whitefish and Tullaby lodge.
Oh, really?
So yeah, we're trying to catch those on the fly.
So
it's like we're just doing like silly things too. But a lot of nights, it's if you hit a rock, you're fixing, like, you got to take your boat out of the water. Some nights, like, your transducer gets messed up. Like, there's a million and one things that happen. You're fixing your boat. We pressure wash our boats every single night. We've got, like, you've got to tidy up your tackle, tie on leaders, like, clean up lines. Like,
crazy.
Everything. Or pre-set up your jig heads and twister tails. Like, there's always something you're doing, but then a lot of it's resting. And as we're starting to get older, and North Haven is, I think that's why we have a great group of people too, but we have a 2-drink policy for the guides and staff in general.
Smart.
Every night. So all of us and our boats got to be back by 10. We can fish all night. Like, we can fish till 10 if we want, go out whenever we want, but boats back by 10, and you 2 drinks a night, and you don't drink if you take your boat out. You can't, if you get drinks, you can't take your boat out. And because of that, like, we rest up. And this year I was the most rested, but I'm known as the sleepiest.
Yeah.
I'm very tired. It gets long.
I bet.
I get it.
Yeah, like in 2022, we had 17 days of no sunshine. It rained for 17 days straight, high of 5 degrees. In July.
Ooh.
Snow is usually the first trip of June. This was my first year where there's no snow. One year we showed up and there was so much ice, they had to helicopter us over from the runway.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an adventure.
It is
what
an
a
adventure.
job.
We need that in
I
our
wanted
life.
to paint the picture, Siege, before
You painted a good picture.
And listen, there's a reason why you're paying good dough for this trip. Because like I said, we're done at 5 o'clock. We're having martinis and hors d'oeuvres at the lodge. She's out there fixing props, getting bird's nests out because you don't know how to cast properly.
Oh, don't even say mine.
Maybe not.
Okay,
It's me.
yeah.
I gotta admit it. It's me.
Maybe
you be fixing my rod.
Yes,
and my reels because I am notorious. I dank. Can you fix it for me, Lou?
but
I get it.
You can cook a great
steak. Yeah, I cook
me?
Great steak.
But I can. Yeah, I won't get a bird's nest.
No, but you won't get a bird's nest. You're the type of guy that would probably hang back, jump on the boat, and help retie all the leaders.
Doing that.
Hey.
You love doing it.
You know
I
what
love
we
it.
like? We like when they take the weeds off themselves because we got lots of guests that just
What?
Oh yeah, I take coontail off all day
So they
long.
pass you their
Yep,
weeds.
Yep.
Are you hooking
Okay,
bait for people too? Like, yeah, you guys do live baits. Like, hey, keep it.
No, we don't. We don't. There's no bait in Manitoba, thankfully, because we would be, and that would be
That's a lot.
that
of work.
would not be fun. But no, yeah, you're taking their weeds off. I take
That's
off every
incredible.
fish. They don't.
What?
They don't touch a fish all day if they don't
That's
want.
nuts.
And then
Who are these people?
I know they're fancy.
Well, they're kind of
You
like
They're
fancy, huh?
one
You
time
fancy. You fancy,
they're
huh?
fancy. But I'm like, yeah, the weeds off. But sometimes it's quicker because sometimes it's painful to watch
it?
these
Yeah,
people
yeah,
take
yeah.
the weeds when they don't know what they're doing. I'm like, bro, it'd just be a lot easier. If
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
did this
You just
for
want to
you.
do it. No, wow.
But yeah, it's like, or even if there's fly fishermen in late season, we have to throw teasers all day long. We take hooks off or lures, and because good luck, because you're blind casting all day long, it's exhausting. So we try and throw teasers, bring fish into the boat so that they can cast to them. So it's like, yeah, you're always doing something. And then shore lunch is always chaos. And we have 3 seconds to eat because you guys eat, and then we eat, and then you're done eating, and then we gotta fish again. Yeah, it's wild.
And then these customers are like, I don't want to diss your clientele, but these customers are going back to their Fortune, what's it, 500, 400, their office, and they have a 45-inch Pike picture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're not mentioning the part where you had to take the weeds off for them and tell them to throw a teaser here. They're just showing, yeah, I just went out there. Yeah, it's only 45.
Pick this one up on a fly.
Is that considered a trophy?
I've heard that before. I've heard, it's only 45 inches.
Yeah.
You hear it all.
Yeah.
You hear it all out there. Yeah.
Oh my God. So now it's your off season. The holidays are near. What's Alyssa doing? Like, what are you doing? Are you with family? Are you hanging out with your friends? Are you traveling now, back seeing like friends from the old day? Like, what are you doing? How are you kumbayaing and getting ready for, the next pop? That's like we're 6 months away.
I know, right?
Are you ice fishing? Like, what are you doing?
Well, normally I'd be right in school, and I wish I was in school right now, but I'm finishing up what I have left of my master's, which is like I'm done, I'm graduated, but it's the publication process of my papers. So I'm doing that, fishing, and sort of hanging out for at least most of the fall, and hoping I can come up with some ideas and convince someone for some PhD research, because that's my dream, and I'd love to do my PhD, but I'm not like every other student. And yeah, my experience is not like every other student, and I am a firm believer my influence as a guide on recreational fisheries is greater than my influence as a scientist.
Okay.
And I think I need to maintain that aspect in order to make my influence as a scientist better and improve that side of things. I think the disconnect between anglers and scientists is the problem. And that's why, like, I have a perfect lake to research. I have fish that don't get touched by anyone else but 10 boats a year. Like, I've got trophies that track back 15 years. Like, I've got a space to research. I've got the passion to research. And it's more about researching collaboratively, in my mind, is what a PhD in my mind would be about. Is the collaboration between anglers and scientists in creating actionable science. But I'm excited for another year of guiding. Like, I had a really good year. I was on the water almost the whole time this year. So another year of guiding will be great. And then hopefully, well, I'd like to try and get a project going up there for this summer. Whether I'm hooked up with a PhD or not, I can come up with some idea to write something, I think. But I do. And actually, as you were talking about those, the guests,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, the guests. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They are quite wealthy, a lot of them. And they do go back to their fancy offices. But
Yeah.
what they also do is they go to 15 other places a year and fish.
Yeah.
And then they get to spread all of that knowledge that we shared with them
Yeah.
in my boat, and all of the appreciation for fish. They now have shared all of that information around the world to all of their guides.
Well said.
In fact, I had one of my guests this year, my last guest of the season, took me sturgeon fishing.
No way.
Yeah. So literally, like, I guided them, and then literally like 3 weeks later, I was in BC with the 4 of them, and we went sturgeon fishing. They took me because I'd never gone before, caught the biggest fish of my life. Like, they're incredible people, and they did that, and all they did, they wanted me to go and sit there and talk about my research and listen, and they're so supportive, incredible. It's like,
So you're making good connections.
oh yeah. I've got friends all over the world. It's incredible. I've guided people from Europe, India, Philippines, Thailand, Japan.
Right.
Yeah, I've got people from all over, and it's great to know these people. But I think if you can make a difference on them, whether that's a difference of them looking at girls that fish differently and like not judging them right off the bat, or whether it's about respecting the fish more. If you make a difference with people like that, those are the people that make their way around the world and can help make better connections and spread messages. Because the fisheries is not managing itself, and we have to go beyond fisheries management to save fisheries.
And then we saw you at the Muskie Brawl. So you're still after your fishing. So
You're fishing.
Yeah.
and you're hoping ice fish this winter too. Snowmobile, brap.
Yeah. We
Got
got
a
it
brat.
all.
Got a brat.
Yeah, brap. I'm a little excited. I'm excited. We only got out a few times last year, but I'm right on Georgian Bay right now. I'm like literally on the beach living my
yeah.
front
Boy.
door. So I am praying
Yeah.
we get a good freeze that's not too rough, and I'm going to snowmobile to my house. is my
Cool.
idea. And I'm just
That's a
going to
good
just
plan.
go out, fish, catch food, whatever.
Well, just don't invite Lou on your snowmobile trip
God.
because he just had surgery on his collarbone. We don't need another accident, Lou. If you're listening, I hope you're getting better. So I got to ask you, Siege, before we go.
Me?
Yeah, can we get an update on Lou?
Well,
A lot of people are texting you. What's going on with Luis?
he's not doing great, but he's not doing bad.
That's good.
He's hanging in there. He's had some complications, nothing life-threatening, but he's not getting back to things as fast as he wanted to.
Right.
But he told me today in 2 weeks, he's either going to be popping ducks or popping muskie on LSC.
Well, let's hope he gets well, and don't jump on your sled on Georgian Bay
Yeah.
because, maybe he's got a heavy thumb. You know what I mean? Brap. You got to relax, pal. Sit home, relax. Me and Siege are here. We're handling the fort.
Yeah.
Great guest.
We got I consider another skin
Yeah.
in our group.
Yeah, 100%.
She's the fifth skin.
Fifth skin. We don't have a nickname for you yet. We're going to come fishing with you first.
Yeah.
And it might even come from your cooking skills. I don't even know. It might have
I
nothing
mean,
to
I'm
do
not
with
even-
fishing.
I don't know. I don't know. You're scaring me with these cooking
Well,
skills.
'cause I
I'm
got a
not
problem.
no master chef or
Well,
anything,
listen.
but I can cook walleye, and that's about it.
That's
That's
all you
good.
need to
That's-
do.
yeah.
Like, you probably cooked a hell of a lot more
Yeah.
Walters than I have in my career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But listen, we're so excited that you came down and joined us.
Yes.
We can't wait to fish with you. Like, this is our bucket list, Siege. We're saying it right now. You need to put us in somewhere on your calendar. We're fishing with you. Phone up Jim or whoever it is over there and say, the boys are coming. We need to pull out the red carpet. Or actually, you don't even need to pull out the red. We don't need the red carpet. No.
This guy might.
No. Just have the masseuses make sure her hands are rested, okay?
Yeah.
Because I got a thick neck, Siege.
You do.
I do got a thick neck, and we're gonna come fishing with you, and I can't friggin' wait.
Yeah, it'll be
because it's
awesome.
gonna be awesome. We're coming up there. How can people get you personally on your socials? What's your tag?
My Instagram is like at Alyssa Goodenough. So LYSS Goodenough. And yeah, I guess that's it.
That's it.
I don't know. I'm
go
not,
on your
I don't
Instagram.
really do social media or
Don't
anything.
give out her phone number.
But,
I'm
yeah,
not giving out the
yeah,
phone
yeah.
number, but listen, go on to the Instagram if you want to see somebody popping and see pictures, because I did it today, and those pike, like I said, it got me going. And you're incredible what you do, by the way.
Thank you.
And how your dedication, being a female angler, guide, scientist, your journey is incredible.
Yes.
We're so happy that you got to sit here and join us. And good luck with everything that you're doing. Please keep us in mind. You know, we always like to hear updates, Siege, especially with the scientific things on fishing and whatnot.
She can be our Gord Pizer.
Yeah, we can call you up for the... Oh, yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We need to talk after.
Yeah.
But listen, thank you for coming down and joining with us today. I know this is going to be a two-parter because we could probably make this a three-parter.
Yeah,
Probably
I'm like,
talk
I
for
didn't
another-
even talk about my research
I
like
know,
at
I know.
all.
I know.
We got,
I know.
This is a segment that we might be having in the future where we call you up and, you know, we got to get into it because there's absolutely there's so much to dive into. But thank you so much for coming down with us.
I had a blast. Thank you. Thank you for helping get the message out there with what research we did talk about, and for being great girl dads, and for introducing more women to fishing, and for supporting women and not looking at me like I fished any different at Muskie Brawl because I walked in there in a pair of heels last year. So you know, we had tutu talk. So you know what? She can be styling and she can fish.
That's it. That's it. That's
I'll blast
amazing.
Cass out all day long. Okay, thanks
awesome.
guys. That was
Thank you.
awesome.
You got it, Coach. Get that tune started. Siege, it was an awesome time seeing you. Thanks for coming down from London again, brother.
Hey, man, for you, anything.
Well, listen, you keep the socials popping. We got to talk about our spices soon.
Yeah.
We'll save that for next episode. So much happening with EW, but Gagnon with their happy Thanksgiving, by the way,
For
to our
Americans.
American friends.
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving. Gagnon Sports with their Black Friday event. If you happen to check their stuff out, it was awesome. Big shout out to Xtreme Marine. Those guys are still selling boats. It's the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Rob's going crazy. You
Yo,
checked
that's
with
where
them.
my dad's Red Beast is from.
That's right.
Oh,
Rob,
Xtreme Marine?
That's right. The Red
I think
Beast.
so. The Red Beast.
The Red Beast.
Oh, I'm telling Rob.
I'm pretty sure.
Extreme Marine, London.
By London. Yeah.
Nilestown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach, cut the tune.
Cut
Coach,
it.
cut it.
Got it. Get the net.
Get the net. We're out of here. Ciao.